Welcome back, team. My name is Eli, and you're watching Journal of a Complete Stranger, where it's not just okay, but it's your duty to be an emotionally masculine man. The next video, once again, it's a good one. So please stay tuned. If you like what you've seen so far, hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you can be one of the first to see the new videos. If you feel like you're going through it and you need somebody to go through it with you, hit the like button. And if your friend needs to hear some of the things that are said on this channel, share the video. Finally, leave a comment below, just because you want to. Be sure to watch the video to the very end, because the minute you miss may have the message you need. Coming up, do your research. So team, I know I normally don't shoot the body of the video in the studio itself, but I'm feeling a little bit differently today. To be completely honest, instead of it being 5 o'clock in the morning, it's actually 6:15 in the evening. I shot a few segments in the car on my way to work, during my lunch break, on my way from work, not knowing what direction this particular video was going to go in. And then I got home and then I realized what the topic was before I even thought of the topic. Do your research. Now, throughout my life, there have been things that needed to be done that I didn't know how to do. Before the advent of the internet, it was something that I had to get out of a book. Because there's the internet, we have search engines like Google and Yahoo, and you can watch videos on YouTube of how to do stuff. I've learned how to do electricity in the house. I've learned how to do plumbing. I've even learned how to hang drywall and paint without it looking all jacked up. Well, for some reason, it's been programmed into most men's brains to not ask other men how to do stuff. Now that's absolutely crazy, because we're going in books learning how to do stuff that were written probably by a man. We're going on the internet and reading how to do stuff that was probably done by another man. Hell, we even watch YouTube videos on how to do things that, once again, the person on our screen is a man. There's got to be a problem with that. So, and hold on, let me roll this one back. The book, the person on the website, and the person on YouTube could also be a woman. Actually, you know what? When I first started working on cars, the person that taught me how to work on cars as an adult in high school, I had my shop teacher. But probably one of the smartest mechanics, again, the person who taught me, was a woman. And I know that shouldn't be surprising, because I mean, it's been said for years. Women can do things just as good, if not better, than men. So, we'll put that in the closing statement as well. But here's the thing. There's a couple problems with doing your own research on how to do things. One, you should be able to ask people how to do stuff versus holding yourself away in the corner, doing YouTube research, thinking you can do it without putting your hands on anything, and sometimes having to call an actual professional who's going to charge you more money because you screwed it up. But the other problem is, we spend all this time researching how to do stuff. How frequently do we do research that's available on how to have a healthy marriage, how to have healthy relationships, and how to be an emotionally masculine man? We need to stop this trend, and the only way we're going to be able to do this is together. I like the idea. Team, we live in the age of information and technology. We, with the single click of a button, can learn things about everything. You can learn stuff as difficult as how to work on a car, or you can learn stuff as simple as unclogging a drain, all within a matter of seconds. Now, as masculine men, because we don't like asking for help or paying for help, we do research on damn near everything. Excuse me. Now, one thing that we don't feel comfortable with doing research on is relationship stuff. And shame on us. So, as part of our journey together as being emotionally masculine men, I decided to do the research for you. And I am far from being a relationship expert, hence my failed marriage. Just because it's too late for me doesn't mean it's too late for you. So, just digging through the annals of the interwebs last night, and by last night I mean early this morning, I found some things online that may help you out. First is learning the language, or pardon me, the love language of your significant other. Now, apparently, different people have different love languages. Some people's love language is physical touch, hand-holding, kissing. Some people's love language is experience, doing things, stuff that makes them feel important. But what we as men don't do enough is find out what our significant other's love language is. So I would like to pose a few questions that might make it easy for every single one of you. And I'm embarrassed because they're very simple questions that I could have figured out long before my relationship failed. So I want to give you these questions. The first question I need every single one of you to ask your wife or significant other when you get home today is, what are your greatest stressors right now? Now here's the thing. I don't want you to come up with solutions or answers to the questions when you find out what the answer is. I just want you to listen. Now, if she asks you for solutions, go ahead and give them to her. But do not offer unsolicited advice or solutions. I don't believe that your wife is looking for a knight in shining armor. All right, question number 2. What is one thing I can do right now to take some of the weight off of your shoulders? Now, you need to be willing to commit to that task. Now, also, the answer to this question may change seasonally. Today, she may ask you to, if you have children, when you get out of work, no matter how tired you are, to give the children a bath. Help them with the homework. Next week, it might be, I just want you to unload the dishwasher. You know, you're once again finding out your significant other's love language. Ask this question frequently. Find out what it is. You have to be willing to do it. The third question I want you guys to ask, and this is more of a two-part question. The first part, what do I do now that makes you feel like you're cared for? Second half of the question, what do I do now to make you feel like you're not cared for? Now you got to own the answers to these questions, because it's all going to be things that she's been feeling and holding on to for a very long time. So, as a part of today's video and as homework, I need you to ask these three questions. You'll be shocked at what you'll hear. Team, for the men out there, I want to talk to you about a few things that I've learned in the last 3 weeks to a month. When your significant other is coming to you with powerful emotion and tears and feeling, they don't want to hear you come up with ways to fix it. The reality is, women are strong. They don't need a knight in shining armor. Now, obviously, if they're asking you for advice, they want advice. But if the words, "what should I do?" don't come out of their mouth, I want you to get in very close. I want you to hold them, and I want you to say, everything's gonna be okay. On the flip side, women, if you're watching this, that is not the love language of men. We may be complaining about something that happened to us during our day. We're complaining in a very rational way. Let me tell you what this bitch did. That's how we're going to say it. That is our way of dealing with something that gave us an emotion. Understand that the man that handed you this phone or is showing you their laptop is someone who's on the path to become a more emotionally masculine man. But we're not there yet. So, if we're complaining about something that happened in our day, that's our way of dealing with our emotion. We are not strong, independent women like you are. The way you want us to respond by saying nothing and holding you and telling you everything's going to be okay, that doesn't work for us. We want to hear you say, get dressed, we're going to beat his ass. We want to hear you talk. Because if you don't say anything, we think you're ignoring how we feel. This public service announcement has been brought to you by Journal of a Complete Stranger. My name is Eli, and I approve this message. Team, this has nothing to do with becoming an emotionally masculine man. Where I work, I have 14 locations. The closest location is about an hour 15 minutes away from the house. And the furthest location is just under 2 hours away. Now, if you'll notice, I'm squinting. So, on my way in to work, I drive east. In order for me to get to the store at a reasonable amount of time, I have to drive into the sunlight for about an hour. Now, it's 5:30 right now, and I still have about 45 minutes to go before I get home. I'm driving into the sunlight because I'm driving west. That sucks. Once again, I'm driving in the left lane where the car in front of me is going the same speed as the car in the right lane. If you do this, we can't be friends. Team, what's been about 2 seconds for you has been about 45 minutes for me. I am still behind the vehicle in the left lane going the same speed as the person in the right lane. So I'm finally off of the highway, and I started to come to a realization. Men, if you put just as much effort and emotion and feeling into your wife as you do with dumbasses driving the left lane, you will be okay. Team, here we are at the end of another day, having watched an episode called Do Your Research. I have a few things I want to talk about before I let you guys go. First, concerning the topic of the video, still do your research for everything you don't know how to do. But don't take away from the knowledge that other people may have. If you know somebody's great with cars, ask them car questions. If you know they're great with carpentry, ask them for help building your deck. If there are any carpenters out there, leave a comment in the comment box below. Also, do research on things that matter more. Prioritize the needs and the wants of your significant other. If you don't know how to fulfill her emotionally, if you don't know how to make her smile, if you don't remember how to flirt, if you've gotten comfortable, research how to spice things up. If you're boring in bed, I'm sure there's a YouTube video for that too. Prioritize the things that matter. Another point. Ask the questions you're scared to know the answer to. Don't be offended by the answers. And don't defend yourself. The answers to the questions that you're scared to ask are the answers as they're perceived by your wife. Unless she asks you for input, tell her everything's gonna be okay, and don't give her any input. If there are cars in front of you and none behind you, merge to the left. If there's cars behind you and none in front of you, merge to the right. When picking a job that requires you to be there early in the morning, pick a job west. You just watched another entry of Journal of a Complete Stranger. My name is Eli. I'll see you later.